Okay, James, now I'm going to show you the proper and the only way that you should load an XML loader from a safety standpoint, and the right way. First thing I want to point out are these 5 modules here. I'm going to have Laura do a close-up. And these are 5 that were previously shot during the testing of the headspace. Now I want you to notice a big difference here. Right down through the primary core of these modules, you see these 5 are black. Okay, the carbon is natural. You should see the carbon. A brand new module looks like this, nice and shiny, clean, all that kind of good stuff. So you should never see black on the shoulder or on the base. You can see some on the neck of the module. That's common. You may get a little blowback depending on the pressure and how you size your bullet. The weight of the bullet will also change that. But you should not start to see carbon extend beyond the rim or to the base. If you have that, there's probably a problem that you need to address, and we'll help you with that. But that's not common at all. Just wanted to show you the difference between old and new modules. Now this is the way you properly load. Okay, you open your bolt. Always put it on safety. Okay, it's a Remington action, so forward is fire, rear is safe. Pull the bolt, put it on safety. That's the first thing you do. Run your bolt up to where you can see the bolt face. With your left thumb, hold the bolt. So you can see I'm holding the bolt here. And I'm going to take a module, a primed module, and I'm going to place it like I would a cartridge into the bolt face. I go at a 45-degree angle, and it takes a little practice, and if you have bigger fingers, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but you get used to it, and we have a workaround for people that have really big fingers, and I'll show you that process. But this is how you properly load it. You put the module, and practice this before you go out shooting so you don't get frustrated. But you see, I can't even see the module from here, the scope cap, and I'm doing this by feel. So you see how easy it is to load the module on top of the bolt face, where a cartridge would normally go. Okay, that easy. Now, if your fingers are huge and you absolutely can't get that, depress the bolt release, which is in your trigger guard, remove the bolt, and simply take the module, 45-degree angle, put your module in the bolt. That's if you absolutely are frustrated and can't get it. It's not like you need to speed load a muzzleloader. One shot, one kill, right? So you place the bolt back in. Okay, that's how you properly prime the rifle. But now I'm going to show you the step of loading. Don't ever put a module in and then pour powder down. Again, open the bolt, put it on safety, put the butt on the heel of your shoe, take a pre-measured powder vial. These are all the powders that will be pre-measured. I'll send 50 that are pre-measured with the correct powder. And what you'll do is you'll carefully pull this in. Just pour it right in. Tap it. It's not a plastic. This is glass. It will break if you drop it, but it's pretty resilient, especially in the field, just not at the range on concrete. But I poured the powder, and I take the ones that I've shot and invert them. Really important thing here. Don't get distracted talking to people, talking about the muzzleloader, talking about hunting, cars, guns, whatever. Keep track of your steps. If you double charge or duplex load, muzzleloaders can be really dangerous. So I put my powder in, I inverted it. That means I have powder now in my barrel. The next stage is I'm taking a sized bullet and I'm going to put that in. Notice you have to wiggle it a little bit. Then you deploy your ramrod. Okay, that's a bungee ramrod, right? So this is what you'll have in your pack. Our muzzleloaders don't have the ugly underbarrel ramrods. You don't need it. Okay? The other thing to watch for, do not ever lose this in the bore. I do Loctite them, but they tend to run loose anyway, and I'm not going to use a high resilient Loctite. Just be sure this cedar, the bullet cedar, does not stay lodged in the barrel. Put the bullet cedar on top of the bullet, and it should be 2 or 3 finger push to the bore. Okay, we're resting on the powder column now, and I'm going to show you. You should put a witness mark there, but what I'm showing you is the approximate length of where that bullet lodged. It's sitting on top of the powder column, on top of the breech plug. Now I'm going to make sure the bullet is seated again, just for safety, and it feels nice and snug. You don't want to beat it down, you don't want to punch it down like some people do. Now you're ready to prime. Safety is still on. Take a module, 45-degree angle, put it on top. Now, unlike a cartridge, the modules, especially when new, are going to have a high force torque of push down. You're going to notice when the bolt cycles down, it's going to be pretty stiff. It's not going to be easy like a cartridge. The reason it has to be stiff, the breech plug has to cam over this malleable brass to provide 100% seal. If you don't have that seal, you're going to get a lot of blowback and your rifle's not going to shoot well. So the bolt does open. You don't have to fight it open. You don't have to take a rubber mallet, but it's got some tension to it. Especially this one is head spaced very, very tight. It downstrokes perfectly, in my opinion. We're going to see how the upstroke is after it's fired, and it normally becomes easier during the upstroke. We're going to stop this video and go to shooting.